Hi guys, I'm Gabby Santana. You're here in Mexican Cooking on a Budget, and today I want to share with you the things that I do to save some money on my budget. So let me show you. So one of the things that I want to share with you today is making bread. I think that making bread is very frugal, is way easy. It's a perfect way to help with your budget, right? I'm gonna share with you today what I do to have fresh bread every time. I do this every 5 weeks, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Very simple. I've been making my bread for more than 10 years. It's a perfect way for us to save money. Yes, you do save money. Plus, I think you can control the ingredients, and that's what I like. I know what is in my bread, and so I think it's perfect. So let me show you. I've been doing bread this morning, and so I have flour in my kitchen, in my Bosch. And honestly, if you're gonna make an investment, invest well. I love the Bosch. I have this for 17 years. Actually, oh my gosh, no, 17 years. I've been doing bread for 17 years. That's why we got it, because my husband was like, okay, do a research and what's best. I really like it. It goes forever. And I make a lot of bread, like a lot. Like all my breads, I do it. And so the recipe that I'm gonna use, I shared, I believe, one of my videos, is this one from Dining on a Dime book. This is the basic bread recipe, and I really like it because it's very simple, few ingredients. This recipe that I will leave here the ingredients for you guys. I do it for my hamburger breads, for my hot dog bread, for my bowls, soup bowls, the best. And this traditional bread, that's my go-to. So let me show you I'm gonna make my bread, and then I'm gonna show you what I do to always have fresh bread without me getting my machine out and mix it all up. Nope, we're not doing that. One time every 5 weeks, and I'm gonna show you how. Let's do it. Okay, so let's start the recipe. Right now, I am only going to make one recipe because I already have a lot or enough bread in my freezer, but I wanna show you. So we're going to add, I already have, and there are the ingredients so you guys can have it there, okay? Honestly, I'm gonna share with you that trick that I do, so I only can do one time every 5 weeks, and I can have everything in my freezer. I think for us, in order to save money, we need to have a freezer. I think that's a perfect way for us to be able to save money. And next week, stay tuned, because I'm gonna show you how I buy my groceries for my family of 4, of $100, how I'm able to build my food storage, how I'm able to get all the good deals. So I'm gonna share all that with you next week, okay? So stay tuned for that. Okay, now I'm going to let it rest so it can double the volume. So like an hour will be fine. Okay, I let it rest, I punch it down, and so I have now a beautiful ball that I'm going to divide in 3. So I have my containers, and honestly, I just eyeball it. I feel that my hands are the best to tell me which one's this, and that's what I do. So, okay, so this is done. Okay, now look what we're gonna, okay, you're gonna do the dough, right? Okay, let me move a little bit my bread. I have here my 3 pans. And so with plastic wrap, I'm going to cut a piece long enough that I will be able to cover my pan, okay? Just like that. I'm going to add this in there and take it to the freezer right away, okay? Once you let it be there for like an hour or 2, it's gonna be like a rock. I'm gonna get it out And with the plastic that we have, I'm just going to cover it and put it back in my freezer, okay? And then let me show you what I do when I need fresh bread. Okay guys, and I'm gonna share with you, it's very, very late, 10:44 p.m. I'm on my pajamas already. And I was like, oh, I need to film this so they can see it. So let me show you what I do once I do all my bread for the month, basically. Let me show you what I do next. So this, I put it on my fridge. This is a combination of flour, shortening, and oil. And this is the perfect for your bread doesn't stick to anything. I love it. So, or you can use oil as well, but I love this one. So I'm just gonna very quick. Okay, once this is done, I just do it at night, one night before, because I want tomorrow my bread. This is frozen, right? You're gonna grab it, you're gonna leave it there, and you're gonna put it inside your stove, but off, right? We're not turning it on, but we want something warm, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna be tomorrow morning.
If you're waiting for him to come, might he already be there and within reach? If you do feel for these final days, because we have been reserved for these latter days, it is crucial for us to learn to be disciples of Jesus' flock. And the flock knows its shepherd because he calleth his own sheep by name. He is always calling upon us, and he uses us.
And once that your bread it's ready, you can start cutting it. And so if you wait for like the entire day, it will be so easy for you to cut it. But then because I do my bread, I always keep the ends, and then I make my own breadcrumbs. You save a lot of money making your own breadcrumbs, but I want to show you how soft and delicious is this bread. Look at this. And it tastes really, really good. It is so good. And the reason that I said that bread is way cheaper to make it is because I buy the 10-pound bag of all-purpose flour, and it cost me $4.57. Okay, it cost me $4.57, and with 10 pounds of flour, I can make 4 times the recipe. So I'm getting what? 12 loaves of bread. So if you divide it, it's costing me cents. Plus, yes, the oil, which we use only 1/4 of a cup, and you know, if you count it, but it's still so cheap. And because I make my bread, I can make my croutons and I can make my breadcrumbs, that I'm saving money right there too. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you how I do my breadcrumbs and my croutons. So because I do my bread, I always save the ends of the bread, right? I put it in my freezer, and every time I need breadcrumbs, I make. I love having a lot of it because I use it quite a bit. So let me show you how I do it. Okay, I use this. You can use your blender if you have a blender. I was like, what? And this is very simple. I'm just going to start adding my bread in pieces. If you think about it, how much we pay for breadcrumbs, right? It's maybe between $2 to $4 for like a 18 ounces. When you can save that money and use it for eggs or for milk, you know, like you name it, many other things. So we can save that money. And yes, I do believe that making your own bread is way cheaper by far. Okay. Okay, and I have a bowl where I'm going to collect it all, and I will continue doing this. This bread was from a dinner, a recipe that I did, that you have to remove all the outside, and I save it because I'm gonna use it too. Okay, so I have a cookie sheet. For every cup, the ingredients that I'm giving you right now here is for 1 cup, okay? 1 cup of breadcrumbs. So I already have here 3, 4. I'm gonna make 4 so I can keep this ones plain. Then you have to preheat. We have to preheat our oven at 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. And then we are going to use for every cup, and I have 4 cups, right? So for every cup, I need half a teaspoon of salt. And because I did 4, I need 4 teaspoons, right? So you're just gonna see me here. You can add more or less, okay? Then I need the same amount of oregano. So I need 2 teaspoons. Then I need the same from my parsley. Okay. And last but not least, oh no, not yet. Then I need 1/4 of a teaspoon for every cup. So where is it? 1/4 of a teaspoon. So 1, 2. This is really good. This is my go-to recipe because it's really good. And then I'm gonna do the same with my onion. And these, you can keep them in your pantry, in your freezer. If you're gonna dry them, you can keep it in your freezer, in your pantry with no problem. And then last but not least, sugar. I know this sounds weird, but the sugar, how does it called? So it helps for the rest of the ingredients. It's not sweet at all, but it helps with the other ingredients to mix it up. Like, it's just amazing. And you only need very little. And then once you have this, we're just going to mix them up very well, because you want all to have it. And then we're going to spread it out like this. And then I'm going to take it to the oven for like 5 to 7 minutes. But what I like to do is, in like 4 minutes, get it out, mix it up again, and then put it again for another 3 or 4 more minutes. So I'm gonna take this to the oven, and I'll be right back. Look at this beautiful golden brown breadcrumbs. They're very dry now. They're dry. They're just perfect, and they're hot. So what I do is just let them cool completely before I put them in my Ziploc bag. And guys, that's it. I mean, less than 10 minutes, you have breadcrumbs that cost you literally cents. No joke. Look at this beauty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so now I want to share with you something that I do, or how I organize my leftovers, just because I've noticed that it's something that it really has helped us to save a lot of money, to not waste food, okay? So let me show you. Okay, you don't have to put it in a basket. I just like to have all my leftovers here, but hold on, okay? I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. I wanna show you this, the system that I use to know what I have in my fridge. So let me show you. Okay, how many times do you put all your leftovers in your fridge and you forget about it? You forget when you cook them, you forget since when they're inside, you forget all about it. And then when you're cleaning your fridge, you throw away so much food. It happens to me too, but not anymore. And let me show you why. I create this little sheet of paper. This is in Spanish, but I have one for you in English, and I will leave everything in the description below for free. You can just print it. You can either laminate it or you can put it on the sheet protectors. It works the same. But this is something important. What do I have on my fridge? and the date. And so in my basket, that's the way I like to organize it in my fridge. You don't have to, but I like to know where all my leftovers are, so I know, right, what I have. And so like this ones are meatballs, right? So I write down meatballs in red sauce, right? Here it is. And when I cook them. And the reason that I like to put the date that I cook them is so I know, because honestly, you forget. I always am like, did I do this 3 or 4 days ago? And you never remember. So I like to write it down when I cook it, because then I know that I have 5 days after I cook it to eat it again. So we always have 1 or 2 days for leftovers. I like to do either tostadas or gorditas. Like I always change it from how we cook it to another way, just to give it in a different presentation, but it's the same. And so I like to do that. So we did, yesterday we made pizzas. So I pre-cook 2 that you can freeze or you can eat it for the week, but I know I can have it here for a week, so I just have it in my fridge. Something else, so this is what I have, right, leftovers so far, because we already cooked leftovers yesterday. But flour tortillas, let me tell you what I do with my flour tortillas. You can make the dough and have it in your fridge up to 2 weeks, okay? One recipe that I will leave the link on the description below, one recipe gives you from 20 to 25 flour tortillas, depends on the size. This is the normal size that I have, get. And so what I do, I make the dough, I divide it in balls, I put it in my bag, and I just put it in my fridge, inside my fridge. Every time that we want for breakfast or lunch, I just get as many as I need, and I put it in my countertop for like 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, and then they're ready to make. So every time we have flour tortillas, like fresh, right? I have a video that I show you how you can make the pre-cooked ones. If you're interested, I will leave the link on the description below for you. But this is something that I love to do, the same as my bread, right? Like eating fresh bread is the best, and I found that that's the best way for us. So that's the way we do it. Okay, so that's the way I do my leftovers. And of course, and I know this, everybody all the time say it, but having a meal planning is the best thing for different reasons. One, because my kids know what they can have for breakfast, right? Or for dinner. So let me, for us, it's a little bit different, just because our dinner time, our heavy meal, it's around right after my daughter comes from school, which is around 3:30, 4:30. That's the time, because my husband and I, we work from home. We have the flexibility, and we notice that when we have dinner so late, around 6:30, 7, it's just too late for my kids' stomachs to digest, and so they don't like to eat heavy. So our heavy meal is around 3:30, 4:30, and then around 6:30, they just get something light. And so they know they can get an oatmeal, or they can get a quesadilla, or a toast bread. So they have different ideas that we have, that they can do. So I know you know that. I will have that one for you as well if you want one. But this one is going to save you a lot of money, because forget about throwing away food. Believe me, this works. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you some of the snacks that I do for my kids, okay? So I never bought snacks for my kids. I always make them. I always make cookies, granola bars. Once in a while, of course, I will buy a bag of chips and divide it in Ziploc bags so they can take it. But it was very rare. Like, I usually did different types of snacks. I'm gonna share with you today 2 different recipes for granola bars. My oven is ready. I'm gonna show you one that is baked and one that is not, and both are so good that's why I wanna share with you how I put it together and everything. So let me show you how we're gonna make that. Okay, I have walnuts that I chopped, and I keep them here just for a quick one. Rice Krispies. I mean, we have cinnamon, and you can use butter or coconut oil, honey. So I'm gonna be telling you the ingredients. I will leave the recipe here. It's from the same book, Dining on a Dime cookbook. These are go-to, as you can tell. I did some adjustments because that's the way we like it. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add here my sugars and my either butter or coconut oil, and I'm going to mix it up. So the original recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar, brown sugar, and a half a cup of white sugar. So what I did was I only put 1/4 of a cup of each, and that was just perfect for my kids. Like, they don't even know that I did that. You know what I mean? So that's that. So that was the first adjustment that I did. I don't use all the sugar. I thought it was too much, and with all the ingredients, I don't think it needs it. Just a personal opinion. Then I'm going to add, you can use a stick of butter or a half a cup of coconut oil. When I get on sale the coconut oil, I like to have it just because I can make a lot of recipes with it. But it's not something that I have all the time in my pantry, no. Okay. Okay, this is done. I'm going to add the honey. You can add the honey or you can add corn syrup as well. So I need 2 tablespoons. I used to double this recipe. Not anymore because I only have 2 kids now. I forgot the egg, so hold on. So 1 egg. Now I'm going to add, oh, I forgot the vanilla. The vanilla. We're going to add the cinnamon. I need a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. Okay. Cinnamon. I need to add baking soda and salt. 1/4 of a salt. 1/2 of baking soda. Okay, now we are going to add our toppings. I'm going to add a cup and like 1/4 of Rice Krispies. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of my instant oats. Okay, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of pecans or walnuts, totally optional, okay? 1/2 cup, and I'm going to add 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I use the one that is allergy for my daughter, allergy free, so she can eat them. And guys, that's it. We're just gonna mix it up. You can add for toppings, add whatever you want to add. Oh, I'm forgetting coconut. I usually put coconut as well because it gives really good flavor. Okay, and let's mix it up. Okay, I'm gonna get out my 9x13 pan. I'm going to put, okay. And you know how much I love to put this. I think this is the best too. Okay, and now I'm going to put this. My oven is preheated at 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. And I only cook them, and then you have to kind of press them, right? Okay, I'm gonna put it in the oven for around 17 minutes. Remember that every oven is very different, so let me take it. Okay, let me show you very quick. These are the ones that we bake. You just get them out like that, very simple and easy. And you're just gonna cut it the size that you want. You can make them bigger, thin, doesn't matter. You can make them smaller. So there you have it. Like, they're very firm, sturdy, they're really, really good. And this is the way I use these, they're very cheap, these bags, sandwich bags, but I don't have any more. So what I do, I just do this. And that's it. And I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then we can just grab one. Or if you're in my situation that I don't have, I'm just going to cut a little piece of plastic wrap, and that's what I'm gonna use. So either way, it's gonna be fine. Cut it. And there you have it. So that's what we're gonna do with all this. And here are the granola bars that I made for my family that we love. It's one of our favorite recipes, and so they just grab one. We think they're so good. You have to try them. They are way cheaper. I get 24 granola bars for a recipe. 24 of the baked one. We love that one. The baked one, so good. So, and it doesn't break at all. I want to show you. It's a granola bar. It's really good. You control the ingredients. You control what you add. You can add chia seeds, many things. Many things. So my kids always have treats at home. Cheaper and way healthier. Okay, something else is I'm not a big fan of buying cans just because I feel that it's a little expensive. Like, I will never buy beans in a can just because it's way cheaper to buy it in bulk, to buy it for pounds. So I always buy it like this, right? In the bags, and I cook them and I freeze them. Whatever depends, and I would like black beans, so we do the same. And I just freeze them. These are beans. I freeze them. I put them in the Ziploc bag as well, and I know that I have beans there quick. I just get it and do it. And that's why meal planning, it's very important, because then you're like, okay, I need beans. I get it out of the freezer, right? What do I need to get out of the freezer? Okay, so I paid less than $3 for a 4 pounds bag of beans. And I get many cups after it's cooked. So that's how I do it. The way I cook it is very simple. I just add my onion and garlic and salt, and I cook in the Instant Pot for 35 minutes. I cook it in the slow cooker for around 8 to 10 minutes, or in the stove for like around an hour and 30 minutes or so. So that's something else that I do to save money. I always like to know when things are on sale. So in August, I know that corn is on sale, so I buy a lot for the entire year. I truly believe, I'm a big believer in the importance of having a freezer, because that's the way you're gonna save the most. And next video, stay tuned, we're not done here, but the next video, I'm gonna show you how I budget, how I'm able to feed my family. Right now, we're only a family of 4. We used to be 6. 2 kids are in college now. I have 4 kids. I mean, now we're 4, and with $100 for not only for food, but for toiletries and stuff. So I'm gonna show you how I organize my budget so I can stretch it so much and being able to buy stuff from my food storage, because I do believe that we have to be ready for any situations and for freezer stuff. So stay tuned for that. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you how I do the oatmeal, the instant oatmeal for us to have a quick breakfast. Yes, look, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add, and I will leave here the ingredients, okay? So I'm gonna add, I need more brown sugar. You can use brown sugar or white sugar. We like more the brown sugar, so that's what we do. And then I'm gonna add you can use vanilla, but we love maple. Maple gives so good flavor, and that's what they love. I made it with both, and they're always like, no, do the other one. So that's what we do now. But first, hold on. I have to add, I need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. A teaspoon and a half of salt. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg, it's, oh my gosh, delicious in here. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to add a tablespoon. So I need a tablespoon of maple. Okay. And then this is a very 5-minute thing. Like, it's very quick. And you're just going to mix it up until all the maple is with your sugar. You'll see. I'll show you. Okay. This is what you want at the end, okay? You want it to be completely your maple syrup in all your sugar and spices, and that's why I love to use a fork, because the fork helped me to not having those little balls. So once you have it like that, okay, did you see it? I'm going to add, I blend some oatmeal, some oats, because I need to add 2 cups in here, and a little bit more, it's okay, right? And then I'm going to add 3 of the instant oats, right? The small ones. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to mix it up very, very well. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys do in your home to save money? And using your fork, because you see these balls, right? We want to integrate everything very well. So if you see it, then I just like to go like this with my fork, because that will help me to dissolve those sugar balls, and making sure that all is well incorporated, right? Because you're gonna feel it on the bottom. I still feel sugar there, so I have to continue mixing it up. And I'm only using 1 cup of sugar for basically, 5 cups of oatmeal, right? So this is one of our favorites, breakfast on the go. You just add fruit, milk, and go. My kids, my family, they have this as a cereal. They don't warm it up and cook the oats. They like it that way. the majority of the times they're like, grab it, put milk, fruit, and go. Okay. Did you see now how it is well integrated and we don't see more like little sugar balls? And if you do, just go again with your fork. And my oatmeal is great. I have it in my pantry. This, the most that I had it in my house because my family eats it. Like, it's like 2 weeks. This goes fast. And it's a recipe that you do it very, very quick. Like, no time. And then you put it in a container, in your bag, whatever. And that's it. And my oatmeal, my instant oats are ready for the breakfast. And then, of course, pancake mix. Everybody does that, right? We have one too. Let me show it to you very quick. I have it here. And there you have it, guys. Oatmeal on the go, instant oatmeal. Then something else that I do is pancake mix. I like to put how they can do it. So for 1 cup of the mix, they put 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 egg, 1 cup of milk. Mix it up, and they have great pancake mix. And here I put what I need every time to add more. So I need 5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So for 5 cups of flour, I only put 1/2 cup of sugar because they don't need more. But I try to do it without it, and they really need it. Like, yes. So that's what I do. So every time that I see that it's coming down low, for me it's easy to put it here and just mix it up. And then I put everything in. I mix it up and we have pancake mix on the go. This stays forever. I do use, you can use as well for this one, gluten-free flour. I use a King Arthur for that, and they just take a little longer to cook, but they're really good. So we do that. And that's how I do it. I used to have one of these for the oatmeal, and then we need it for something else. And anyways, so that's what I use it, and I have it in my pantry for my kids too. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do it right now. Give thumbs up and stay tuned for next Sunday because I'm gonna share with you the way I do my grocery shopping for a family of 4, $100, how I can do my food storage, how can I save money, how all my tricks and tips, I'm gonna share it with you. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.